Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Teams show here on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. It is Wednesday. It's the 2nd of April, 2025. We are here. We are brought to you by Mr. Cabinets, and we are anticipating the final teams ahead of round 4. That's Carlton and Collingwood. Big matchup tomorrow. It's Collingwood week. Short turnaround, no time to think about what happened last week, even though that's all we have in our minds. And there's a few things that are happening when it comes to Carlton this week. So that's why we're here. We're here to hang out, talk amongst ourselves, get a feel for how we're all coping, and get a feel for how we're all thinking about tomorrow. We've got press conferences to watch and analyze, and then 6:20 we will get the final teams. We already have a bit of information. We already know that there will be a debutant. We already know that Will White will make his debut. Lifelong blue bagger, Carlton man growing up, knows what it's about, and he makes his debut in a Carlton Collingwood match, which is just phenomenal. So we know that that's going to happen. We don't know who he will come in for. There are many suggestions that are happening. There are suggestions that Ashton Moyer will play. There are suggestions that Cooper Lord will come in. There are suggestions that Ashton, as I said, who was the other one? Who was the other one? Lord. Oh, well, no, that's the three. There's a few names on the table. We're going to watch Vossi's presser shortly, and we'll get some answers there, and we will see. We will just see. But firstly, how are you all doing? What are you all doing, and how are you all doing? And who is here? Hyde continues to just be here first. Hello, Hyde. Rachel's here. Kate, you were early today. Thanks for being here. Matt, good to see you, mate. Luca, Partisan, Wayne. Wayne, you know, you actually hit me with something the other day. Was it yesterday or the day before? I made a comment. Oh, yeah, it was yesterday in the video I did with Paul. And, I was talking about, what's the balance of, your senior players playing like McGovern and Akers, that they're in the best version of the team when we're playing well. So what's the balance of playing the senior guys because you're in a win now mentality and playing the young kids for the future? And then I think you said, well, we're not winning with the senior guys playing. So what if we start winning with the kids playing? And it kind of just reminded me, yeah, a bit of perspective. We'll see tonight. Shannon, hello. Hello, Julie. Gorkan, Damien, Slobbo. All the Carlton players are pooping their pants for this one. Definitely scared. I don't know. I don't know if they're scared. I think the fans are more scared than the players. I don't know. Chris, indeed, mate. Here we go again. What up, Rizzo? Hello, Kylie. Eleanor, hello. Here we go again. Paul, 0700 here in the UK, and you're buzzing for the team news before the commute to work. Love your work, mate. Love that you're here. Hey, if anybody wants to join in, by the way, you're always welcome. Here's the link to call in. I've got a few fun things that I want to do in this show. Hello, Explicit Empress. Scared of big sausage, Maynard, says Slobbo. Benny, mate, I'm good. Says Eric Tedelato, big win coming. Is anyone just seeing the cycle of this? Nervous, excited, accepting for what will be. You know where I am right now? I can clearly see me sitting in my seat, slumped, watching a belting. I can also see me standing up, screaming after a miraculous 15-point win. But the logic doesn't give me anything about the 15-point win other than a pipe dream. What up, Tom? Gorkan. White and Moyer in for Cottrell and Evans, according to the forums. Yep. Hello, Rocco. Can't stay longer to get back to work. It's good stuff. You've kidnapped me onto the wind train, Tezo. You blame me? How did I get you onto the wind train? I'm the one that's bracing for the worst. Dens, you are stressing. Illy, embrace the rivalry, embrace the stakes, and embrace what we will win. And if we lose, go out on your shield. No fear. Go Baggers. Hello, Nicola. You want to see the kids? Bring him in. Stephen, you're already excited again. Damien Williams playing. Hopefully, that's the one that's an unknown about Zach Williams. I would guess if you get subbed out, you don't play the next game. That's like generally as a rule of thumb, unless he thought it was a more serious injury than what it was. Eric, you're feeling good about it. What makes you feel good about this game? Not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just curious. Shannon, next question. Okay. Hello, Lucinda. Hello, Genki. Ben. Hello, mate. Jason, you're coming home from work. Jay. Jonathan Tedelato. It goes well, mate. It goes very well. This has been a really quick turnaround for the week. Rizzo, you would say you've got a good feeling about tomorrow, but you said the same thing every round. I had a really good feeling about last week, like genuinely. I haven't felt that this week. I've felt nothing this week. Nothing. Nothing at all. Tatum's tantrum. What are we hoping to see tonight with teams? Great question. What is everyone hoping to see with teams tonight? Well, I would like to see Will White, clearly. I think he would come in for Francis Evans. I'd love to see Ashton in. I'm always keen for Ashton. Not that there were no performances in the VFL that suggested anyone should come in because they played a scratch match. But I would love to see Ashton. I don't think Harry's going to play. I reckon it would have been announced. They would have knocked it on the head. I don't think they're going to be doing a, 6:20 p.m. announcement, and that's the first that we hear of Harry coming in. I want to see Boyd elevated from the sub to the team. Oh, and I want to see Cooper Lord play. That's what I want to see. Hello, Chris, Adam, Lemon Pop Animations. Hello, Benny. Hello again. A live dial-in today. Yeah, live dial-ins. Andy Cracker. G'day, mate. James is here. Swab Novale. It's Mia from the other night. Mia, love your work. So Mia and Sean, just, every now and again you watch the fan cams and people just come along and they just give you just like a breath of fresh air. I'd love to see it. Brian, best podcast. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is the YouTube channel, but appreciate that. So excited for Will White. He's such a good energy. His face makes you instantly excited. Yeah, I agree with that. To say we needed a win on the board is an understatement. Absolutely. Can't get any worse in round 23, 2022. That's true. And this is something that Joe reminded me on Monday. It's like, what? We're going to get made fun of again because the Collingwood supporters are going to make fun of us that we lost again? Man, that's all we've done. That's all we know. Luca, we're probably going to lose, but you're still excited. Oof. Bridget, am I alone in feeling like it isn't as bad as the world is making out? Being compared to Melbourne is outrageous. Come from WA to watch Hawks game and actually enjoy the game. Yeah, I don't think we're in anywhere near as bad a shape as what the Ds are. Like, we're not in a spot where we're watching 12 tackles and a half or anything like that. Yeah. Jess, first win incoming. Be so good tomorrow. Matty Bem, brother, shouldn't be. Feeling a little confident. Just has to turn at some point, surely. All right. We've got a guest waiting. Let's have a go. Let's have a look. Andy. Hey, mate.
Tez up. How are you?
How are you?
I'm gonna change my name. I'm gonna change my name to the Bubblehead King because I've always put up one of the soldiers. Yeah, going well, mate. I've been watching a lot of Blue Abroad, a lot of Pommy, a lot of the Jumper Punch, and see all the fanatical Carlton fans going off, and I used to be one of those myself, but I just can't do it anymore.
Can't do the what? Sorry?
Can't do the just going crazy about how bad we are and why we're not improving. And I just got the expectation now that we're probably going to lose more than we win. And until I see different, I'll just have the expectation of that, because they haven't really given us too much hope in the way that they've played over the last probably 9 months, if you want to call it that. Terrible time to be playing Collingwood as well, because, and I read a stat today that we've won 2 of 12. So they've beaten us the last 10 times, and we've won 2 in the last 12 matches. So also not great, and obviously clipped us both times last year in emphatic fashion.
There is a little something though. There is a little something I want to bring up. Eric actually just touched on it perfectly. Feel like all the negative energy has been exhausted and it's a last roll of the dice type situation. Also, all the experts say we are close. I really resonate with that. Like, I don't think we've missed anyone when it comes to criticism. And I don't think any sentence has been missed in terms of anything negative to say.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Terry, on, like, you've seen us, I think we can all agree we've definitely improved our ball movement in the last 3 weeks. Like, every game we've gotten a little bit better. I found it funny that they released a training video showing, what David King raised in first crack, how he just got to use that extra hand pass. And they did the training video on the Carlton website of us practicing that, like not just kicking it, just using your man, getting that extra hand pass, running a bit with your legs, and then kicking it in. They showed that in a training clip last week. And then you saw it against the Bulldogs that we did it for a half. And then when we got tired, we just went back to no risk football and bombing it in, and the ball came straight out. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on how they trained in the preseason was terrible, and now in the last 3 weeks, Voss has gone, shit, our game plan is we have to scrap it because that's not how people are playing anymore. Because that's what it looks like to me. Even in the practice matches, it didn't look like they had any of this run and gun, use the hand pass to get, like, to break lines and run in waves. That's how teams are playing, except us. What are your thoughts that he's gone?
That's not true.
How so?
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. Would you say our ball movement is slow?
It can be at times. Yeah.
Can I play something for you? Have you got time?
Mate, that's what I'm here for. Let's hear it.
All right. This was fascinating to me. Have a listen to this.
Well, their ball movement's been in the crosshairs in the first part of the season. You've got them on your run sheet here.
Yeah, so come with me on this conversation. Given just how topical Carlton are at the moment, there's a lot of frustrated, and rightly so, Carlton supporters at the moment. But so we just mentioned that they are the 4th fastest team in the competition with how they're moving the footy. And the way in which they distribute it is the 3rd fastest of any team in the competition. So they get it and they go. And their ability to be able to move the footy with how much distance they get and their speed towards goal is way above AFL average. So they're in that bracket of speed, the Geelong and the Bulldogs bracket, right? Which is what we said. Cast your mind back, if you're a Carlton supporter, to last year at round 16, when I was sitting here and we were talking about, they were flying.
Yeah, premierships.
Absolutely
Premierships
flying.
was on the agenda.
And their mode was high speed. They were the 5th fastest team in the competition. They were, again, the 3rd quickest team at getting rid of it. So nothing's changed there. But the difference is last year, they were the Brisbane model at round 16. They were shorter than AFL average, and their distance towards goal, it wasn't full throttle. It was work your way up, work your way up, work your way up.
Build it up.
The offensive profile at round 16, number 2 scoring team in the comp, the best forward 50 in the comp, and top 2 at scoring from both turnover and stoppage. It was perfect. It was offensively brilliant. Then you go to the back end last year, and I understand that they had injuries, but the method changed in the back end. It was more still maintain the speed side of things, but it was more of a higher distance towards goal and a more aggression in what you're doing with ball in hand, as opposed to the Brisbane model. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You go to the first quarter on Friday night. What are they? 4 goals in front, whatever it might be. What did we see on Friday night? The Brisbane model. Get rid of it quickly, work your way up. That was one of the fastest opening quarters we've seen under Michael Voss. And in terms of their speed towards goal, it was actually one of the slowest quarters we've seen under Michael Voss. It was a change of angles, work your way up, work your way up, work your way up. Second half, when they're 3 goals in front, they completely revert back to get rid of it quick, but go to goal, go to goal, go to goal. So I think if you're a Carlton supporter, and I'll be interested in what the footy club would be talking about. Clearly, again, we don't know what they're going through. But if you're a Carlton supporter, Thursday night, I think the brand and this, we've got an 18-month sample size here, there's a clear way forward for what is going to give you offensive success. Because, and this will frustrate you, Sammy and Carlton supporters, I get it, but defensively, what they're doing at the moment is rock solid. Rock solid. But the offensive side of things is missing. But I think what we've seen over the last 18 months, the method is there to fix it.
So the old lowering of the eyes, G.
Got to
Lower the eyes.
Got to lower them.
Gee, so I know you can't answer the why, but why?
But I just wonder whether or not, is that an easy fix, G? Like to change your method.
Well, I don't think the players actually know they're changing it. I suspect.
And the game gets tight.
I suspect it gets tight. People get tired, so the short options aren't there. So they've got to go, okay, where's the next option? I'm going long.
And sometimes if the game tightens up and you know you're deep in the game and they're coming at you, then you're probably less inclined to take the shorter option and you think, oh, just make it someone else's problem. It's probably human nature.
Yeah.
Get long down the line.
I want to go back to Collingwood if I can. They go slow by foot. They go fast by hand. The reason they go fast by hand is because they're basically going straight down the corridor. You can't go any other way. So if you take away Collingwood's corridor, you take away their number one weapon, which is quick by hand, and force them into the side, into the.
I just think that was a fascinating discussion, which, to be honest, was just a nice way of saying what a lot of us have been saying anyway. Ball movement, it's there for a half. Soon as anything to do with the result approaches and the pressure of the result starts getting closer to us is when it seems to fall apart. So,
yeah, I listen to a lot of Hoyne and Champion data because I think the data about decision making, list management, how you play the game is how you should be making decisions, right? But I agree with, I love you take a lot of optimism out of that, right? And I think, especially with the emotional fans that we are, we have to, because it can't always just be emotion. Oh, sack the coach and, trade this guy. We have to look at the data, right? But what I will say about all that data, when they're asking at the end, why? I can tell you the reason why. In other clubs, when those things happen, generally speaking, the leaders stand up, it's been drilled into them, and they take the rest of the team along with them. And I've been watching over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and our chess pieces are going missing. Cripps looks cooked. Cripps at the moment just looks bereft of, he's done it for too long. What else do you want me to give you? Walsh, Chera. The only one that I can probably say out of our senior leadership group that's actually, making a difference in the game is probably Wiedering, and maybe Tom De Koning. But the rest of especially the midfield group, the guys that surge you forward. Sorry?
I reckon you'd have to put George Hewitt in there as well.
Yeah, George Hewitt, he's been a standout. But the rest of the guys that you sort of rely on, they're just not getting it done. So we've got a problem at the moment that, you know, by those statistics, we can play that style of game for half the time. When it tightens up, and like I've said plenty of times in our chats, Terry, the second half comes, the other coaches make a tweak, momentum happens. It's the players tighten up and they don't sort of risk it to get the win. They go back to, all right, let's play safe, and then we lose. So the one good thing is we're not getting belted, because if we were getting belted, it'd be even more heat. But it's like, why don't you just make a gamble in one of the games? Why don't we just go, you know what? We're going to lose. We're in a position where we're probably going to lose if we keep playing like this. Guys, roll the dice. Does he give them the freedom? Do they feel like they've got the freedom to just go out and play? And I've heard multiple times to release the shackles a bit. They probably think that they can't, because they're just in such a box at the moment that, you know, like they've forgotten how to win. So yeah, like I would love to see a win this week, but it's just, there's still, I think mentally, I don't even think it's physical. I think it's mental now why we're losing. I think
No doubt. Well,
yeah.
that's why when you say you're watching and nothing that they've done in the performances gives you hope. I mean, I think if we were Melbourne, I would say that. I don't think you could sit here and question the intensity and the effort. It's the choices they make. It's the choices they make as the game tightens up, and the execution when the game tightens up, which is ultimately letting them down.
I probably should be more clear, Terry. What I mean to say is, I've always had the expectation that we're a 50-50 to win, in some cases more 80-20, right? And then the game gets played. If we lose, I crack the shits, and even if it's against a really good side and going, nah, we should be better. I'm sick of doing that now. So what I'm sort of setting myself up for now is the less of disappointment, because I know that we're most likely probably not going to get the job done against the good teams. Even the bad teams we've dropped. And it's like, surely you can win against Richmond. Surely you can win against the Worcester Bulldogs with half of their A graders out. But we do. We find a way.
It would be nice, you know, like the release the shackles and sort of start playing with that instinct and that freedom. I would love to see them do that before a coach gets sacked, because you know, usually when a coach gets sacked, and then naturally there's just that freedom that the interim coach brings in or whatever. It's like, why don't we prevent that from happening by doing it before they have to take action and sack someone?
Yeah, I agree. Do you remember when Vossi came? You remember when Vossi came in, Terry, in 2022, and they were playing this electric football, and it was like, who are these guys? You know, like they're just run and carry, running in waves. Like we had, you know, our midfield was a lot stronger than it had ever been, and we were just steamrolling teams, and we looked like the next best thing. And you know, it was sort of like we were half good the year, and then we dropped the last half, and then we lost all the games at the end to not make the finals, and it was devastating. But yeah, that's the type of release the shackle type stuff that you need like now. And I agree with you. Like, I haven't been the biggest fan of Vossi's coaching moves and his players that he's selecting and the roles that the players are playing. And, you know, like, oh, I'm a midfielder, but I'll be put in the forward line, or I'm a winger and I'll be played at half back. Like, I just think you've got enough time.
Isn't that making coaching moves and being creative?
I don't think it is if it's not at the benefit of the player. If the player is shown, like, we'll use Hollins for example. Hollins was trialled in halfback last year. He was trialled in halfback during the preseason. It's been 3 games. That guy is a natural born winger. So that's one. I don't care to trial people in places, but do you go whole season?
But to say that no moves are being made, that I don't understand.
What do you mean though?
But to say that he doesn't make coaching moves or he's not creative, like, I think we've seen guys in different positions all year. Lewis Young, Brody Kemp, Jack Silvani, Ollie Hollands, Doc, to name a few. I think it's just not, we're just not winning games.
So I guess the thing is then is, with all that being said, is, you know, and I can see that this guy's not going to get through it, right? I could see that on the horizon. Something dramatic's going to have to happen. Like the numbers are suggesting that we're going to get over this bad patch, but I don't know. At the moment, I just don't think he's going to survive.
Fair. Well, we've got to win. Winning is the only way to help him.
Yeah, for sure. And
everyone. I've got a couple more waiting. I do want to move along though, because we've been but I thank you so much for calling in.
No problems, man.
All right, man.
Take care.
Bridget, hello.
Hi, going. Oh my gosh,
Great.
so weird. Hang on, I'm just going to turn myself off my TV because it's distracting.
Who have we got here? Who is this?
Oh, this is Addison.
Hello, Addison.
Hello, Moo. How you going? So I won't keep you long, Terry. I've got to get to school pickup, but I just feel like we have all turned way too negative on the situation we're in. I understand we're frustrated. I understand that it's just, I just don't think it's as bad as everyone's making out it to be. I don't think that calling for Voss's head is the best way to go about things either. Like, we can't be sacking coaches every 3 years. No coach would want to come to our club. You know, like, we've done this 4 years and I get it. Everyone's frustrated. But we've got to look at some positives. The ball movement. I was going to say, before you put the Heine thing up, if anyone had watched it, like, I just think that we are just so down this horrible rabbit hole. And look, straight after the game, I get it. It's frustrating because no one wants to lose. No team wants to lose. But is it really as tragic as everyone seems to be making out, or are we just getting sucked into the media? I'm not sure. I just don't think the way that the negativity that everyone's putting out there is ever going to make anything any better, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I think it's just one of those situations where if I reflect on 2025 so far, the one patch of positivity that I can remember from any Carlton piece of news this year so far is the GWS practice match. And I think it's just compounded. It's, you know, Luke Sayers, Newman injury, Jagger injury, you know, and it's all just like compounding and compounding and compounding. And it's like the bubble's going to burst at some point, and either someone loses their job, circuit breaker, or a big win happens tomorrow. And then there's a bit of a pressure release and, you know, away we go. I don't know what happens. I think we've all seen nothing is ever as bad as it ever seems, or ever as good as it ever seems. Like last year, where booking flights, internationals are booking flights to come back to be at a grand final. It was never as good as what we thought it was. This year, it's like gut the joint, nuke the joint, sack 11 people. It's probably not as bad as that. It's like somewhere, it's probably somewhere in between, you know?
It is. No, it is somewhere in between. Like, and it was as good. It was as good as we thought it was, though. You know, it was, for what we've not had for so long, it was that good. And I know it seems like so long ago, and I know we haven't had it in years and years and years, and I get that. Like 95, I was 5 years old, sort of thing. So it's not like it's anything that I can remember. So that was as good as we thought it was at the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, Vossi was brought in not as a tactician. He was brought in as a leader of men. So does that mean we needed to change things around him? Is that what we need to do? Maybe it's not just, you know, sack him and it will fix everything, because it hasn't worked the last 3 times. And I don't know if the appointing is wrong, but we have to stick fat a little bit to see maybe sacking the head coach all the time isn't fixing anything, you know? Because, yeah, like we shouldn't be in this position. I think we should have been able to rebuild much quicker, obviously, than we did. However, we haven't, and this is the situation we're in, and everyone turning against each other is not going to help this week.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah? Like,
that
I'm
part
sure
is
the
a
Pies
fact.
are all like, let's sink them, you know? I don't think
Well-
there would be a Pie fan at all wanting to sink us.
I'll tell you what, a win tomorrow just brings us all together for a bit, and who knows, maybe that can be the start of something. I'm sort of just going in
hopefully.
I'm going in with a little less. I'm just going in and being fluid about whatever happens tomorrow. Like obviously I want us to win, and things could turn around optimistically, but then pessimistically, I think there's nothing to suggest that when the pressure of the game heats up that we can handle it. So I'm somewhere in between,
There isn't. And look, we came from Perth to watch the Hawks game. I don't know if it's because I haven't been to the G in years. Like, you guys are so privileged to be able to get there so often. It's an amazing ground. It puts Optus to shame. And so you kind of wrapped up in like the atmosphere of how good it is. And so I don't know if it was that why I enjoyed the game so much, but my kids enjoyed it. It was just a great night. And I know we lost, but I think if we were playing like we played against Richmond, I don't think I would have enjoyed the night as much. Like, it was a good to watch. It was good to be there. And you said the atmosphere was, really flat, and I didn't feel that at all. I thought everyone was angry at the umpires together and praising everyone together. But that's also maybe because you go often, I don't get to go often.
Yeah.
So like the privilege to be there does, like, the magic of it is it was really good to watch them live. I think they were a lot better than everyone thinks they were, sort of.
Yeah. No,
that's
it's
how
an
I felt
important
anyway.
perspective.
Again.
Yeah, no, listen, that is an important perspective. We are definitely spoilt here in Melbourne because we get all the big games here. There's a privilege for sure that we have. So that perspective,
and the novelty wears off. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I just will let you go and go Blues for this weekend. I hope we sink the Pies, and everyone be a little bit more positive. We need the good energy. Yeah.
Love it. Thanks, Bridget.
See ya.
Bye, Addison. Bye.
Say bye, bye. Scoot everywhere.
Bless. See you guys. Love that. Mars. Another Mars.
How are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good to finally jump on. I've been keeping an eye on this channel for a little bit now. So, yeah, it's really good to jump on. I just wanted to touch on a few things. I have grown up always watching football overseas. So AFL has not really been a main thing for me. Growing up watching Carlton lose my whole life, obviously that plays into it. But I just think there's bigger problems that a lot of us are missing within the culture at this club. And, I'm comparing it to teams overseas, let's just say someone like an Arsenal or a Tottenham, who have history, but there have been so many years of losing that plays into the top to the bottom of every club or any sport in the world. I just think that we are so eager to see a premiership with this team that we are wanting it now. And I think it's putting pressure on the club and the fans that are expecting a little bit too much. I think we would love to see Cripper holding a premiership and this team holding a premiership, but I think it could be a stepping stone for the next generation or a minor rebuild. All of these lessons that we're learning now are going to push us into the right direction. I think we're just being a little bit too eager, man.
Well, I don't think anyone is expecting a premiership. I think the expectation going into this season was top 4 football, get a home final, qualifying, set yourselves up. Brian Cook said the same thing. So I don't know. I think this group has shown its ability to play with the best teams in the competition, and I didn't see anyone come on at the start of the year saying I expect a premiership. I think we've all understood that you can't expect a premiership. All you can really try and expect, like, get into the top 4, give yourself the best chance, make a prelim, and then, anything's possible. And I don't think it's an unreasonable expectation to say that this team, with all the development that it's had over the last 10 years, should be in a position to challenge for the top 4. I don't know. Maybe I am asking for too much, but I think there's been plenty of time to put together a program in place to get this group in 10 years. Like, forget about 30 years, because the group before this group are irrelevant now. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I am being unreasonable. Maybe that is too much pressure.
I don't think you're being unreasonable, but I get a feeling amongst Carlton fans, like, you've said it a million times. 1 week we are so happy, and 1 week we are miserable. And the best way I can honestly put it is, I remember last year at the start of the year when we went 0-5. I remember thinking after the Fremantle game, when we won just in the last few minutes of the game and we kind of got gifted that win, I remember thinking, man, we at the end of every game look like we have played a whole season. Like, at the end of games last year, at the start of the year, I was already seeing fatigue. I already could foresee something going on, even like kick-outs, kicking inside 50s, kicking into 50. Like, a lot of the problems that I see that us having now, I kind of feel like they were there last year. Yeah, we were winning. Yeah, spirits were high. The morale was high. But I can honestly see, even this year, there's just some really bad habits that I don't understand. Like, I don't want to say the coaching and the players are naive, but when you're winning and you're doing well, if you're not fixing problems, which I think they are trying to, but if they're not happening on the field, how do you expect to go from how do you expect to be a top 4 team?
Yeah, and that's the most bemusing part, because it looked like they were fixing these things in season. And then we saw like a breakthrough for 5 or 6 games where we started belting teams, getting double-digit goal kickers, even spread. We weren't relying so much on Harry and Charlie to kick big bags to put us in winning positions. And then obviously the final third of last year was what it was, and the first 3 games of this year are what they are. Yeah, I think everyone's just looking for answers. At the end of the day, what you've just described there, I'll take it back, and I will continue to take it back. Sounds like a football department issue. So, and like, all good, sack Voss. When you sack Brad Lloyd before you sack Michael Voss, that's what I think. Like, why does the pressure? It should be like equal. In my view, it should be equally on Brad Lloyd now, because he's been there for way too long to put a department together. That's, I don't think the expectation in 8 years to have a head of football put together a great football program. It's not like we're short for dollars. It's not like we don't have resources. We have everything we need. So, I'm all good. Look, I am fluid with the sack Voss conversation. I can see it on both sides, but I'm real big on hold everyone that's responsible for this, failure to account.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think just getting rid of players or sacking a coach is really going to do much when there's obviously some other underlying issues that need to be resolved for everyone to be able to work in a good environment.
So, predictions for tomorrow?
I'll be honest with you, mate. I don't even want to say it. I can't even say it, to be honest with you, but, you know, I feel like it's such a Carlton thing to go out tomorrow night and win. Honestly, I can honestly see it happening. Like, but at the same time,
love it. I love it.
At the same time, the Richmond, the Hawthorn game, we never looked like we were going to win from the first quarter to the last quarter, in my opinion. I think the Doggies game was a similar situation to the first round against Richmond, but you know what? I'm always going to be a Blue. It's in my heart. Go
That's
Blues.
it, man.
We got to
Thanks
win.
for calling in.
No worries, mate. Good to speak to you.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, you'll come on again sometime.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see if I got some time after work.
All right, dude. Ciao.
See you, Terry.
Carlos.
Tez, how are we?
Mate, we're good.
We're going.
We're going. Mate, we just got to keep showing up. Just one day at a time.
Exactly. And you don't get anywhere without being positive. So let's just keep our heads up, and week by week we'll get there. I know.
Really?
Look, you know, I used to sort of err on the side of like negativity. It gets a bit tiring after a while. I think sometimes you just got to find the positives out of I guess all the negatives. So positive.
Yeah, I don't think the play is all negative.
Yeah,
you know? And I think most people can see it. Like the way they're playing. It's not bad for 4 quarters. It's bad for less than 4 quarters, but that bad ruins how good they are in any game.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think it presents a really interesting challenge for a couple of players tomorrow. Being Brody Kemp, you know, with an incredible game last week, whether or not he can, you know, back up with the same level of intensity, and you know, he doesn't have to kick 5. That's not what we're expecting. We just want to see someone who's hungry and competitive, and I've got no doubt that he'll come out and have a really solid game. But you know, he's got a great opportunity to really stamp his authority and make himself a mainstay in that forward line, which I'm actually really excited to see. And Will White as well, another really good opportunity as well. Good story.
Well, it's rare. It's rare to see someone smile lately, and you just see every single bit of footage. He's smiling. He's happy. He's excited. He's grateful. He talks about, you know, I've dreamt about this moment my whole life. Like, he speaks with that honor and purpose, and you know, hopefully he can get on the end of one early, and it'll definitely ignite something.
Absolutely, yeah. He grew up a Carlton boy as well, so
yeah, born and bred.
Means something to him, which is really good. And you know, he obviously understands the significance of the Carlton Collingwood rivalry and what you need to bring every week in terms of levels of effort, and obviously Jack being the I guess someone who's been renowned for that, bringing that heart and soul every single week, but would love to add to that list. You know, there's a lot of great opportunities out there, and turn it around and beat the Pies. I feel like I'd be forgiving a lot of the bad things that have happened. I'll be going for sure, and can't wait to give it to all my friends, and then conversely, if we lose, they'll give it to me. So, you know, can't wait.
Mate, see you at the MCG tomorrow.
Absolutely, mate. Good to see you, mate. Take care.
You too. See ya. Yanis.
Oh, Terry, how are you?
Yasu, how are you?
Good. Mate, I'm from Greece. I came here in 2002, my first AFL match, Carlton Collingwood, and they told me to pick a team. Christy was playing, Kodafidis was playing, blue and white, mate. So I thought, Carlton, that's it. Pain. Why? I love the team, but I haven't seen nothing all these years, right? And all my mates are Hawthorn and Collingwood. And I've been copying it, mate. But this year, I don't know what the negativity is. I know that we started really, really bad. But I can see good stuff, man. Like, I can see the upside. Call me crazy, I don't know. When we are good, we are the benchmark, right? No one can beat us, man, when we're good. And I believe that Voss will get this team going. We haven't had Harry playing with Charlie up forward together yet, right? There's injuries here, injuries there. It's tweaking. I reckon it's just tweaking. We got the right stuff, the right coach. I believe we're going to beat the Pies tomorrow. Please. Because I'm going to cop so many phone calls, man, tomorrow. My phone is going to be off tomorrow if we lose. But we're not going to lose, Terry. Trust me, we're winning. Carlton by 3 goals. Tomorrow, it's happening. It's happening. It should have happened last week. It should have happened last week. My sons are very pessimistic. They're going to game. I can't go because I've had back surgery. And I can't go. My sons go, oh, they're shit. I go, what the hell's wrong with you people, man? Just positivity, Terry. Bring positivity to the stands. Support the players. Support the club. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. We're sticking with our team. I've stuck with them since 2002 that I came here. I haven't changed. And I'll be there till the end, until we get the premiership. It's not far now. I can see it coming. I'm telling you. So all Carlton supporters, yell tomorrow. Go there and give it to them. Give it to them as hard as you can. And if we lose, we lose. Next time. Next week. Doesn't matter.
Well, if we lose, it's not something we're not used to. So
that's right. And like I said, I still don't believe that the season is over. Like the interview that there's people that were talking about the speed and stuff. They were talking about that we are up there, top 3, top 4, top 5, whatever. It's like because my sons play soccer and I go and watch them. It's when they get tired, Terry. And they get tired, they go back to the bad significance, the bad habits, right? They have to. The coach has to get that out of the game, and he will get it. Trust me, mate. Trust me, he'll get it.
Giannis, I'm gonna trust you.
Go the Blue Baggers. We're winning tomorrow, and if they win, Terry, I came on. I'm watching you always and Pommy, right? I'm not that technical in football, like I don't know the in and outs, all of them. But I watch you guys. I don't come on because I don't have a lot to say tactically and you know the stats and this and that. I don't know nothing about it. Well, I know, but not as much as you guys. But I watch you, and I wanna feel much possible jinx. Maybe it's a sign that I came on today and we're gonna win tomorrow. And then I'll come on the fan cams to that. All right. So
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Please message me when this show finishes. Message me wherever. Email me, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and I'll send you the fan cam link. And if we win, Ella, come on.
Let's go, man. Go the Blue Baggers, man. Come on. Let's go.
Thanks, Giannis.
See you, man.
Yeah, love that. All right, I got one more, and then we're going to watch the press conference. Analia.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I don't know. There's a wave of new people that have come on tonight, and they've brought with them a different energy.
They're bringing the positivity, finally.
Yeah.
You can't you can hate everything, but obviously it's Collingwood. So fuck Collingwood. Everyone needs to get on the positive train because we have to try and win tomorrow. So
can't sit
that's
there
why I'm
biscuit
here.
ass tomorrow. That's important.
Yeah. No, we've got to be loud tomorrow because they're going to be loud. The last time that I was anywhere near a Collingwood game, the way that they all get behind their players is huge. It's huge. It's part of where their energy comes from. They're like a collective energy team as well. Theirs comes from chaos though, right? Like the Carlton energy collective has to come from support. Collingwood comes from chaos, but we all have to be like on the same team. We have to bring the positive energy from the same point of view, from the same team, from the unconditional love, if you will. Whereas Collingwood, they bring it with chaos. So we have to fight back. We have to all be on the same team.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel that. I don't know what I expected when people were hitting the link to Carlton today in this show, but
Yeah.
I'll take a surprisingly bullish. I think there's also a feeling. I mean, the more we lose, the tighter the margins are to where you get to the point where the season's dead and you're mathematically out of the equation. So it could be one of those last gasp efforts to just bring
save
something.
the devastation for when we need it. Don't use it now while we've still got hope.
True.
Right?
True.
Also, interestingly, tomorrow there is an energy that will be very helpful to us because it is about being able to take places of shame and guilt and use it as power. So I feel like the last few weeks, there's been a collective shame, collective guilt for not doing our part. And tomorrow we get this energy of like being able to see that as a positive and being able to move with that as fuel to positively move forward. So I think that's definitely with us more than it is with Collingwood, because I don't really think they've got a lot of shame and guilt that they can turn into power. I feel like we've collected quite a lot over the last few weeks to be able to do that.
Yep.
Yep.
You'll be there tomorrow?
If I can find a ticket, I will be there tomorrow. Otherwise, I will be yelling at my TV from home.
You know what? You need a single ticket?
No, I need two.
I can't help you. I can't help you.
Yeah.
I do have someone who messaged me. I just reminded me it's a single ticket. I don't remember if it was a general admission or if it was reserved, but it's a single. So if there's anyone out there watching that needs a single, let me know. Just message me.
Yeah, I can yell really loud from home too. Don't worry.
All right, we'll hear you from the MCG.
Yeah.
Love it. Thanks, Analia.
Yeah. No worries. Go Blues.
Go Blues. All right, one more before we watch Vossi bring the vibe down. Mia.
How you going?
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Nah, just a quick one. I think, like, your thoughts are straight after the game versus, a few days later are going to be a bit different. You're very emotionally charged, like, once the game ends. So what I, was kind of saying the other night, like, it still rings true, but for those who weren't there, I kind of, went on and like, there's bigger problems in this club, la la la. This isn't a great, look for the rest of the season, this and that. But I think it is, like, I hate to say it, but it is early days. There's 21 rounds left. So in that case, I'm not too negative about the rest of the season. I'm thinking quite broadly, but because it's impossible that we're going to be wooden spooners. I think that's impossible. I don't think we need to worry about that. It'll be somewhere in the middle.
I hope not.
No, I don't think so. I think we're miles away from that. We're miles away from 2018. But I think if we lose tomorrow, which I think it's a strong possibility, I don't have high hopes for tomorrow. That doesn't mean I don't have high hopes for next month, 2 months' time. Things chop and change with this group, as we've all come to know. 2023 comes to mind. I think, and end of 2024 comes to mind too, where we bombed everything. It was just terrible. I was in Thailand watching the prelim or whatever it was, and I was like embarrassed to wear my Carlton stuff overseas.
Yeah. Well, look, one thing whether I like it or not, is the players who speak in front of cameras or on radio, coach who speaks in front of camera, like, they are remaining upbeat and they are not getting down in the dumps. Like the fans, us, like a lot of us are down in the dumps and, it's been 30 years and blah, 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 all of that. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, that's their job, to remain upbeat and keep a keep an optimistic lens, and they don't seem panicky. I mean, I don't like hearing Wiedering say, "Oh, well, it's going to turn," because in my head, I'm like, mate, we're still talking about tomorrow and the next time. It's like, so I want to hear it turn now, but at the same time, all they can do is just front up again and see.
It could be as simple as a positions thing. Like you move Sam Walsh back out, you put people where they typically perform better, and the whole dynamic changes. But that's up to Voss and the coaching squad.
Yeah.
Like it could be as simple as that. We've seen Sam Walsh's dip in stats, and it's because of his, so-called new role that's not really working for him or anyone. It could be as simple as switching that, and that's it. That changes like that are very quick. And this club is quite tumultuous in that sense that it is very quick to chop and change. It goes with the flow. It'll win 6-7 games in a row. It'll tank 11. So in that case, I'm almost like, we're so tumultuous that it could turn around. We're not predictable. Yeah. And that's why we're cardiac Carlton. We're not predictable. So it could go in a positive direction. I'm going manic trying to think of things that are positive, but
we call this
keep ourselves sane.
We call this classic Carlton copium. Is what we call this. That's basically what I'm hearing. But you're going tomorrow?
I'm going to the pub tomorrow with a group of Carlton Collingwooders.
Yeah.
So some of which I work with and that I manage at work. So I don't know if I'm going to look like a good manager when I go back to work. But, we'll see.
Well, enjoy. Thanks for calling in. See ya. All right. Let's watch Vossi's presser. Josh, I see you. But we're running out of time. Let's do it.
Yes, we do. Will White. So, pretty good story. Obviously, been a Carlton supporter all his life as well. So, come through our VFL program. Been here for a while. Obviously, was fortunate enough to train with us over the Christmas period, over the pre-season. And probably elevated himself, to be fair. It was a bit unexpected to be able to see him come through and find himself on a list. And, you imagine when you persist with things and keep the dream alive, and he's going to be able to play against Collingwood at the MCG in a very big game. So, he's a pretty excited young man.
What do you expect from him?
Well, he's got some speed, and his presence and zippiness will be something that we will obviously want on the ground. He's a great runner, and will obviously bring that speed as well. So, if he touches it, you'll know. But he's full of life. He's full of energy, and I imagine he's going to be pretty excited. But we'll try and make it as normal as possible for him. But let's be honest, it's going to be very different for him.
Obviously, growing up as a Carlton supporter yourself, what did Carlton and Collingwood games mean to you?
Oh, they're pretty huge.
Can you guys hear that? I think that's coming out pretty clearly. That was Tom Morris.
Just being able to watch all the classic games, and through the 80s, and I've spoken about that quite a fair bit. That's probably more my era. So to be able to see them go toe to toe, and I think one of the really unique things about them is that no matter where you sit or what time of the season it actually is, whether it's round 1 or it's been round 22, they have huge importance. And there's something that when you look on the calendar, you do circle, and it's something to look forward to. So no different for us. In our most recent of history here, we've had some very close ones. A few more have gone against us than gone for us. But shows you how tight these games are. And look, often they come down to moments, and do you get to own them or don't you? And we'll look forward to that occasion if it shows itself.
Will Harry Mackay play?
Probably won't go into the H stuff. I think the important thing for us is that we don't get into dialogue weekly about where he's at.
Yep.
I think we've been pretty sound on our position as a club that when he's named in the team, you'll be ready to go.
You mentioned White, and if he gets it, you'll know. obviously, as you've spoken so much about the second halves and conditioning, how much did that come into the selection?
So I missed the first part of that conversation. What was that?
You mentioned that if he touches it, we'll know because he'll sort of take off with a bit of speed and fitness, obviously.
Yeah.
How much did the conditioning in him come into the second halves that you've had in the selection?
Nothing at all, really. It was a positional requirement. Feel like we can add value to our team. Hopefully he's a guy who can hit the scoreboard. But yeah, he's only spot in the team. I think we look at the performance and as players have earned it. And as we know, when you've got players in form, you've got some young players who stand up. It's not so much when you play them. It's, if they're ready to go, they're ready to go.
Did Williams get up this week?
Yeah, he trained yesterday. So he got through a full session yesterday. So pulls up well today. He should be ready to go.
And do you know if Harry's playing? Can I just ask you that?
No, I'm not going to get in a week conversation about it. So we'll when we get to the point where he's named, you'll just know that he's ready to go.
Can I just point something out there? Look at how direct and definitive he was with that. He doesn't allow for probablys in there. Like, he started off the Harry question with, "I'm probably not going to talk about it," and then just there, it's like, boom! Don't ask me. I told you our position, and that's that. That's the kind of definitive language I like to hear personally.
So I think as an industry, we sort of been really supportive, and I think for us that's where we need to stay right now. And as you can appreciate, if I'm standing up here every week and I'm answering that question, then I don't think we're fulfilling what we'd like to be.
What have you done this week to correct your second half? So obviously starting well, but then second half slides. What's done different this week?
Not so much different. I think it's more reinforcement and persisting with what we want to see. We've seen, everyone's seen it. We've seen great patches and we've seen patches where we've fallen away. It's not like we don't expect an opposition to be able to play good football. They're going to have their, 10-minute patches, 15-minute patches, but obviously we've got to minimise that more than what it currently stands. And so our ability to be able to stick on our task and stay present right throughout, that's what it's going to require. So we've had opportunities. It's probably going to come down to how we maximise them.
And so you've been overrun in games, but you're not using all of your interchange rotations. Is there a reason for that? I mean, there was 63 out of 75 last week.
Yeah, it might have happened on a weekend. But some of those you've got to treat as an outlier. You obviously don't want that. You want to obviously use everyone that you possibly can. So they're all the things that go into working out how we can make it better. Sometimes it's when the rotation is, how players rotate, the timing of it, where we want to put our high intensity players. So there's a few factors into it. It's not just as simple as one particular thing. Often there's a couple of things that we need to get after, and one of it's how we want to continue to play. That'll help. Some of it's around the rotations. That might help a little bit more too. So yeah, there's a few factors that go into it.
If Tom Laconing's being offered millions more to leave the club than he is to stay, how do you convince him to stay at the club?
Our job is just to keep the environment, really sound and a place he wants to be at. So that's our job, and I feel like we've been able to do that. I look at Tom's form, and he's in very good form. So I know he's in great condition. He's great headspace, and he loves being here. And for me, that's the part that we get to look after. And he's building steadily every single week. So it says to me, in his great place, and we'll continue to reinforce that.
If your captain, Patrick Cripps, met with another coach of another club, what would you say to him if he's out of contract?
Well, I think we're in a professional organisation, aren't we now? I wouldn't have thought there's necessarily an expectation that players aren't doing that. I don't think it means that necessarily the rank plays a role. It's so. Look, I think what we are in is an environment where you want to make sure that you're just providing the best thing you possibly can for your players, and that's what our job is, to provide the best environment, best program. Our retention of our players has been really, really sound over a long period of time. That's what we get to look after. But the commentary otherwise, we sort of appreciate that, clearly some of that is actually going to happen.
And the Ryan Mansell getting 3 weeks and that being upheld, are you clear on that now and you know where it stands?
Certainly a deterrent, isn't it? It's I can't imagine it happening too much more now, but there are going to be instances where it's going to continue. I spoke on the other night, but players have a great way of being able to adapt. We've probably had a shorter time than normal to have to adapt. I mean, So it's just something the players are just going to have to make sure that we get the training under our belt, and players are really mindful of it, because I think we can appreciate that the intention of that is not necessary to harm anyone, and the intention of that is certainly not get yourself suspended. So players will get after that and make sure that we just get the umpires out here, just so we've got real clarity around what that looks like about what you can and can't do. But, you know, as you've seen, there's a real emphasis on teams being able to ground other players and not coming off to support. And so we're just going to have to find our, I guess, the balance in what that actually looks like moving forward.
Craig said yesterday he reached out to you just to see how you were tracking. Although he's on the other side this week, and what does it mean to have that sort of support and him and others, I'm sure, are checking in on you to see?
No, well, Fly and I might surprise you, but we talk quite a fair bit. So it's nothing unusual. But anytime you get into competition, it's he's the other side, and you've got your job to do, and he's got his. So, and you wouldn't expect it to be any different. But at the same time, football has its place. And once that battle's over, clearly the relationship continues. So that's what it's been for me. So no, I would expect it to be no different. But you know, support always is really sound. I'd like to think it's sound whether you're winning or whether you're losing.
Also, you're feeling the pressure of being Norton 3. I'm not talking about from the media. I'm talking about from your own fans.
That's a spicy question from Tom Morris.
What I'm more concerned about is that we keep following through on how we expect to play. That's what I'm more concerned about than anything else. So I know as a collective we get that job done. That's helped us in the past and will help us now. So from my point of view, it's probably where my focus lies is on Collingwood and how do we execute and how do we and it's a completely exciting game to be involved in when you sort of think Thursday night. And I'll talk about it a lot, but it's, you know, sometimes you've got to remind yourself that the game itself and what we're going there, we're privileged to do. So we look forward to that. So
a winner loves the pressure and appreciates the pressure. I like that answer.
So,
and the smile, like he's a sicko. He loves it. I didn't mind what I saw just then.
You know, we look forward to playing in front of a big crowd. We look forward to being able to play against Collingwood, against good opposition. And we look forward to being able to take our moments when they show themselves. So so that's where all my energy goes.
Contest clearance has been a staple of your coaching here. I mean, do you feel as if that part of the game is still as important in 2025? I mean, it's always important, but is it as important as it's been?
Well, I think it is, because territory on the ground is still what every club's looking for. I don't know whether there'd be a club that'd stand up and say it's not, but it's one part of the game. Yeah, certainly if you sort of probably take a balanced view over time, and I think we were top 4 in transition last year, but we were 17th in defending stoppages. So we're always looking for that balanced profile. One part of our game is not as good as what we want it to be. So we've got to make sure we address it. And that comes with, unfortunately, a little bit of persistence and reinforcement and encouraging players to keep playing the same way. And but if you sort of look at, I guess, if you want to sort of buy into that conversation, it's, you know, over time, I think we're sort of last year we were very sound in that area. It's not as exactly as we'd want it now. And the other area was not in as healthy shape. Well, we've sort of been able to correct some of that, but it shows that you need a balanced profile. And we don't have that balanced right now. Not yet, anyway.
It's been reported.
See, he didn't say we probably don't have that balance. It was a bit more direct. I'm noticing something different here.
Jake Niall reported that Elijah Holland is expected to play VFL this week. Can you confirm that?
He will. Yeah. So he was obviously played the practice match here on Saturday. So that's good. I mean, Elijah's obviously been able to take some time away from the club, but I guess over the last little while, he sort of certainly had more presence within the program, and to the point where he played on the weekend. And yeah, he'll pick up. And I guess how he finds himself way back into the team is by putting in a solid performance. So it becomes down to a performance discussion now about when he comes into the team. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
I don't know. How did you guys? I mean, we watch him every week. The Vossi that did the press conference last week in the white t-shirt, that one right there, that was a bit more matter of fact. Couple of probablys in there, but the questions that needed a directness to them had them, and a matter of factness to them had them. I don't know. I thought that was better. What do you think? Naughty God. Do they always ask the same questions? Yeah, I know, right? Energy shift. This is a good analysis. Very honest. Main thing that pissed me off was the smile after losing. I don't think he's smiling because he's happy to lose, Steve. Slobbo. Voss ain't fucking around. That's what you're seeing. Press conferences are basically a waste of time. It's only for the journalists to have something to have an opinion on. No, I don't know. There's always a few nuggets. I don't think all the questions and all the answers are great. But, I mean, that little bit in the end there about Elijah, he's basically saying, I mean, if Elijah plays well this weekend in the VFL, it's performance-based. So if Elijah plays well this week in the VFL and has, I don't know, 25-2, then what, he's straight into the frame for selection? I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix meow. Please deliver. Wayne, that was the best presser by far this year. Okay. He seems confident towards the end, but could just be coming to terms with reality. He could be. Yeah, he could be. The way we've been talking about Harry sounds like he won't play for weeks, or will he play tomorrow? Nah. Well, I was thinking about this earlier. I doubt that they would put the suspense until, like, I mean, teams are going to get announced in 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So I reckon with Harry, it's going to be something that comes out 11 a.m. on a Thursday or 11 a.m. morning of team selection, just to knock the news on the head, get it done, put a nice video out. Harry's back. Everyone jumps on him. They're in the pool in their Speedos. Like, you know, I don't know if they're going to put the suspense up until the actual team selection. Christian, you don't take too much from pressers. Blue back. I can't remember a word Vossi said. Maybe I have ADHD. Oh, man. Elijah, performance-based in H when he's ready, he's in. Yep. Wow, we have a guest. He's going to join me as the teams drop live. Also, if anyone has Channel 7 around, please keep it ready so you can tell us the teams. The teams are going to drop 6:15, and then at 6:20, I'll share my screen. Joe Adamo.
Do I need to remind anyone anymore of the significance of tomorrow, Tez?
You don't, but you know what? You may as well do it one more time. Fuck it.
I don't want to hear any negativity around team selection. I don't want to hear any negativity over the next 24 hours. There's nothing. We, all of us, every single one of us, are positive. Just for 24 more hours. That's it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care who's in. I don't care who's out. Whoever's named in this team is going out there tomorrow to do the fucking job, Tez. That's it.
I'm with you. I just don't know if you can tell people how to feel and then do it.
I'm telling people. I'm telling people. Just for 24 hours, let's all of us just put the negativity aside. It's been a shit start to the year, but for 24 hours, get behind them. That's it.
What if Will White is named, Moyer's in, Cooper Lord's in, the kids are in? Are we going to be...
They could name fucking me or you. I don't care. I don't care at this point. They could name my dog to go out there tomorrow night. I know he'll do the job.
No, as in, like, you know, the natural, I'll play the kids. So
yeah, well,
if we get...
It'd be nice. It'd be a good lift if we did see some of the kids' names. But regardless, I don't care. I don't care. If you're going tomorrow night, you're going with the energy that you are behind them from the start to the end, unless it gets really bad. But from the start until the end, you're there to get behind them. That's it.
Of course. I'm very excited for the first half tomorrow. Very, very confident about that first half tomorrow. Second half, we'll just see how we go.
No, just whatever. Who cares? I'm not making my mind up about what it could or couldn't look like. It is going to be what it's going to be. But we have a job to do as fans tomorrow. We are not going to a game against Collingwood negative. No. Do that against Gold Coast. I don't care if we do that against Gold Coast or Freo. Not against this mob. No chance.
True. You can't be showing the Pies supporters. You can't be showing the weakness against the Pies supporters, I guess.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Teams are in. Here we go, Tez.
Are they? Teams are in?
It looks like you got your wish.
Hang on.
It looks like you got
Teams
your
are
wish.
in. White, Moyer, Lord, in, and then out, Evans, Cottrell, Boyd.
Boyd is a weird one for me, but
Joe.
But let's fucking
You're in, mate. The kids are in, mate. The kids are playing, mate.
Let's go. Let's go. The kids are playing.
Wow, the kids are in. All right, let's just see. How can we fucking get angry about this one? No, we're not. The kids are playing. White,
You asked
Moyer,
for it,
Lord.
and they have
Kids.
delivered. Yeah, asked for it and they've delivered. Is this official? Is this 100%?
So Damien is a trusted source. He always watches on Channel 7 and puts it in the chat, and he wouldn't fuck around with it. We'll get the final teams up on screen in 4 minutes when the club post it. But if this is it, Ashton's playing, great.
So who's the sub? It's not going to be Will White. You can't do a debutant video like that and have him as a sub. Who's the sub if it's not Boyd?
Well, we'll find out when the bench is named. Maybe Doc.
Yeah. See that there?
Or Ashton.
No. The one that it has to be is Doc, because that there is then sending a proper message to say, we know who's out of touch. We know who's not performing. You're on your this is now playing for sheep stations. We're calling them out. That's the one.
Cooper, Wood, and Ashton and Will. Those are three kids. That's I haven't seen changes like that in a minute, apart from when we had to against West Coast last year.
I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the stream and whoever else wants to jump in. But 24 hours. This is it. This either turns this entire thing on its head, or we're in the same spot that we've been in for the last 3 weeks. So guess what? Put your balls on the line one more time with me, with Tez, with 40,000, 50,000 other Carlton supporters going to be there tomorrow night. Fire up! Fire up!
Maybe that's what the dick pic was. It was put your balls on the line for Collingwood.
I told you, I'll get on fan cams. I'll get my dick out. Whatever.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense. It all makes sense now. Put your balls on the line for Collingwood.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Everyone in the chat, enjoy the rest of your night. Go Blues.
Go Blues. Oh, Joel. Joel's in the waiting room, ladies and gents. I'm feeling good. So maybe this is the equalizer. Joel, welcome, mate.
It's a different looking. I'm not in my usual office space, but I'm here. Following the energetic as always, Joe. And Joe's been smoking something, I think, or someone's been in his ear from the club, I think. But
you know what it is? I reckon it's that last gasp of like something, because 0-4 is,
it's
grim.
dead. It's the end. Yeah. But geez, what do you think I'm going to say?
Well, I was going to ask, we want the kids. The kids are playing. The kids are in.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I'll be watching the kids. At least it gives me something to sort of look at on an individual level, I guess. But can they turn the team's fortunes around? I have my doubts about that. I think I can't see us getting up against the Pies. That would be Look, it'll be what's the go-to phrase at the moment? Wallpapering over the cracks, Terry.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. I mean, look, I'm not going expecting a win tomorrow.
No.
Not going to lie.
No.
I'm going there bracing a little bit. Not going to lie. But, you know, sport and footy, you know, has a magical way of doing things that don't seem possible. I mean, Richmond beat us. They were down 41.
Yeah.
Like, highly improbable from happening. Borderline impossible.
Yeah, but Carlton have their own sort of... Yeah, Carlton are different, Terry.
Carlton are different, but sport is sport. Joel, I'm going to read. You're going to sit with me while we read the teams out because here they are, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. So, what? Hang on. Who the umpire is not confirmed? Dogs.
Oh, Moyes in. That's good.
Moyes in. Hang on. How do I fix this? Oh, nope. Hang on. Come on. Get it right. What have I done here? Okay. That'll work. Okay. Ashton Moyer, Cooper Lord, Will White, in, out. Matthew Cottrell, Jordan Boyd, Francis Evans. Will White, number 38, makes his debut. For the Pies, Frampton and Myercheck are in. Reef McInnes, Mason Cox are out. So, let's have a look at this back line, Joel. Sard, Wiedering, Hollands in the back pocket. Young, McGovern, Cowan. That's a bit of a different lineup there. Akers, Akers, Cripps and Walsh. Doherty, Kemp, Fogarty, Silvani, Kerno, Motlop, DeConing, Cherry, Hewitt. And then the bench, Moyer, Lord, Haynes, Williams, Will White. With the emergencies being Binns, Evans, and Boyd. Joel, have a guess at the sub tomorrow. And those of you playing along at home. Oh, I think we lost Joel. Joel? No. All right. Well, we lost Joel. Guys, sub. Wow, I can't believe I can't believe he did it. They did it. They put the kids in. All three of them. They put all three of the kids in. Literally. Wow. Lord sub, White sub. I mean, I reckon it'll be Ashton. Doc's named on the field. I mean that could obviously change tomorrow. Don't see Zach playing the full game after last week. Fair. Moya. Oh, Josh, if you wanted to jump in again, feel free, by the way. And anybody else that wants to jump in, like, you're welcome to. I don't mind what I see here. But what happened to the message of persisting with the plan? Well, I mean, I don't think dropping Cottrell and Evans and Boyd is not persisting with the plan. Do you? Walsh wing. Yeah. There's a little something there. Josh, hello, mate.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good. How you going?
I'm good, mate. Very good. I'm happy with the team, I think. Let me just do this so it's a bit... There we go. Now, what do you think of the team, mate?
I am happy to see Cooper Lord and Ashton Moyer out there. I am. I'm excited for them. Get some fresh energy. Said this earlier about Will White as well. Just to see someone at the club smiling at the moment and some excitement, I think it can be a little infectious. I see the pressure getting to some of these guys. I see it in Cripps's eyes. It's just caving in, and they just got to hold it down. And I don't know, man. It's got a little bit of the beginning or the end tomorrow about it for me. It could be the beginning of something, or it could just be the end of what we've seen for the last couple of weeks. So,
yeah, hopefully it's the beginning of a nice run. I mean, that's what we all hope for, right? No one, like, I know the conversation's been heavy around like sacking the coach or, all this. No one wants to see Bosco. Like, no one wants to see the back of him. Surely, like, unless it gets to that point. But I'm not convinced with what I've seen so far, but I still want Voss to be the bloke that leads us to the flag, you know. But
Mate,
and
I want us to go
this group
undefeated.
to see it.
I want us to go undefeated for the rest of the season. I would also like $1 billion in my bank account tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, mate, please. Me too. No, of course. I get you. But yeah, hopefully Harry's doing all right. He must be going through it, you know. But yeah, you don't want someone out there who can't give it them like they're all as well, you know. If he knows he's like, at least he's putting his hand up, you know. Like,
yeah, I mean, I applaud Harry for not playing when he's telling us that he can't play and can't be at his best.
yeah.
But what I would like to applaud more when it comes to this conversation is when he overcomes it and plays. Like, let's celebrate that. I think a lot of the time we almost celebrate the stepping away over celebrating the overcoming. I think the overcoming part is the real, like, that's the real important part here. So
yeah, exactly.
He's not ready. I wish he was. I wish he was playing tomorrow because it would help. But he's not. So whatever's happening is happening, and I think everyone's in that same boat. Like, you just kind of, it's on him to put his hand up when he's ready.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great to see him, obviously, but yeah, whenever he's ready. Do you think? I mean, I know you think you've got a gut feeling. I know I've been watching, obviously, throughout the week, but like, do you think it will be a close win, or where do you think it will be at if we do get the job done?
Mate, I literally can see myself sitting there watching us get belted by 48 tomorrow. And I can literally see myself standing tomorrow, vein popping out of my neck, like screaming after we've won by a couple of goals. I see them both. I see both realities. So what I'm going to do is just go there and be ready either way, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Well, my head's, I've tipped Collingwood because I want to win my tipping competition. Like, hard to tip against us. Like, last year, the year before, I would never tip against us, regardless if we were playing in the ladder, where we were. But like, I want to win my tipping competition now, so I don't want to fall behind because I'm doing all right. So I've tipped the Pies as much as I don't want to. I mean, it's interesting as well. The Collingwood fans, I've got a few of them in my family, and they're like, what they were saying to me is last week is like, they hate that we're playing us off 0-3, especially after last week, after it sort of fell apart, because in their mind they think that we're going to get them, but just sort of based on the last few weeks, we're under pressure, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
it'd be nice to get a win.
Oh yeah, it would be. Sorry, I've just seen here Matthew Cottrell ankle will miss the game after being unable to complete main training on Tuesday night, with the club to monitor his recovery over the coming days. That's a shame. I thought the injury report was like, it's looking better. No? Like, let me just get it up here. Like, this is it. This is the injury list.
It's certainly better compared to what we've been used to.
So you take Williams off it and you put Cottrell on it. Fair. Pito is ready, what, next week? Or available.
Yep.
Orazio, that looks like he's had a setback. Aiming to build up his training loads over the coming weeks as he approaches a return to play. Okay, maybe that's just what it was. Chincotta's not changed. Newman and Jagger Smith haven't changed. That is okay. Is that going to start translating into wins is the question.
Yeah. I think Chincotta's an underrated out. He's been so good the last couple of years for us. He's been really good, I reckon. Underrated out. I don't think he's been spoken about enough, but he's always been really good, I reckon.
Okay, so just get this team out again.
Oh, man.
There it is. There it is.
You know, Joe convincing you getting like on the show on Monday night. It just reminded me of 2021 when he convinced everyone that we were going to get the 12 and 10 thing. Do you remember that? It was a little reminder of that. It was very reminiscent.
We all play our role. Sometimes I help people get up. Sometimes people grab me and pull me up. Joe's actually done it a couple of times. He's grabbed me from the dead. I've been laying in my coffin, my Carlton coffin, and he's just picked me up. Yeah. And in a weird way, I didn't expect the team show to go the way it did tonight. I didn't expect so many people to call in. I didn't expect people to, move into some sort of optimism and hope and positivity. I didn't expect that. I don't expect anything. I'm just rolling with it. So I feel like this is how many last chances do you have? Probably 3 more, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. No, mate, I actually am somehow optimistic too. I think it's just sort of like, if they can't get up to play Collingwood, I mean, we've said that so many times as well, though, in the last couple of years, but just based off recent results and I don't know, if they can't get up for it, it's just like, I feel like that's it. Yeah, it's really got the start of something or the beginning of something happening tomorrow night. I really hope it's the start of a run. Like, it would be so good to see it.
Well, the roar in the crowd, if we win like that final siren, I think there'll be a bit of extra, like a pressure release in the crowd. If the initial roar after a win. Yeah. I think if we were able to get the job done tomorrow, that roar would have a bit of depth to it. I
would love that.
Yeah.
I would love us to pip them at the post, like in the last minute. They've done it to us too many times. 2022, they did it to us twice, obviously kicking us out of finals. And then last year, we pipped ourselves with the last minute. I mean, we played pretty shit for most of that game, in my opinion. And then Adam Chera fumbling it and Dacos picking it up and slotting it from the boundary. But it'd just be so nice to pip them in the last minute. It'd be so good to be on the right end of a win.
Yeah, it would be. I will see you at the G tomorrow.
Yep. This is it. Last chance. I mean, I'm still going to go to every single game the rest of the year, even though I've said that because, but bro, come on, please beat Collingwood. Had enough of losing to them.
Inshallah, bro.
Inshallah.
See ya.
See ya, mate. Ciao.
Joel's back. I'm going to get you in a moment. One moment, Joel. I want to show you guys. So it's April, which means the next giveaway is going to happen, which is next week. So next week is going to be this thing. Oh, look at that. The reflection. Okay, so a signed Juddy memorabilia piece here with your favorite. It's actually got a certificate of authenticity as well. So there you go. That is next month's giveaway item. If you would like to enter, members, you are already in. Becoming a member of the channel. That's very heavy. Becoming a member of the channel gives you an automatic entry. If you would like to do a specific entry, a single entry, in addition to whatever you've got, I'm going to put that in the chat right now. Joel, you're back, mate. Let's talk.
Yeah,
hey.
Sorry about that. My connection just went out the window. So I don't understand everyone's optimism. I mean, look, I just looked at their team, Collingwood. They're going to pull our pants down, mate. Call me negative or call me realistic or call me the Oracle, but we'll get done by at least 4 goals. At least 4 goals.
Okay. Well, actually, I thought of you. I forgot we didn't have this chat because you didn't come on the fan cams. I thought of you last week when Charlie Curnow faked out Liam Jones and ran around him, and you said that Liam Jones would pull his pants down.
Yeah. Look. I've said, look, just go back through all my, I've said what I've said about this team. So, unfortunately, I haven't got really any more positive to add. So, let's see how, I'll be interested to see how Moya goes. I mean, it's going to be hard. in up against the Pies on tomorrow night. I don't know how ready he is, but I still think he's a potential good player. So,
question for you.
Yeah.
You've been in the camp of you play the kids, bring the fresh energy in, right? So
yeah.
when you see the changes tonight, like
like
what does that do for you when you wanted to see the kids? Like, does it make you more confident that we could win as opposed to the experienced guys playing? Like, do you think the solution? Sorry,
lambs to the slaughter. Mm.
Well, then why do you want them to play?
Because I think they've got potential. I'm not saying they're going to add. I'm not going to say. When did I? So I said that. When did I say that? Did I say that? I would have probably said that a couple of weeks ago. When I was.
So in this game, you didn't want the kids.
Sorry.
So in this game in particular, you don't think the kids was the right choice.
I want to see. Well, yeah. I want to just see changes, fresh faces. Put it that way.
Okay.
Yep.
So
yeah. So I mean, look, I'm not going to. Yeah, we'll see what Will White's got to add. I've never seen him with a footy in his hand. I've seen Moya, so I think I like to see what he can do. Bit of an X factor. And who else? And Cooper Lord, yeah, I think he can play. So, yeah, good ins. Probably could have been another. Well, it's 3 changes. But yeah. So, look, no, it's. I'm happy to see that and just see. It's an extra. Yeah, as I said earlier, it's something for me to I'll pay attention towards. So, see what they can add, Terry. See what they can add.
Where are you watching the game tomorrow?
I'll be at home. Yep.
We're not going to get you at a game anytime soon, are we?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, definitely tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be painful. So everyone's going to be painful, Terry.
At least you're preparing us, mate. That seems to be what you were doing lately. You are preparing us for what's coming. So if it's a 4-goal loss tomorrow, it is what it is. Won't be surprised if I'm honest. Let's just see if the magic of football can bring us something magical tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's just see. Let's just see mark of the year from one of our players or something. Goal of the year. I'll be happy with that.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. I've said my bit. Cheers, Terry. Have a good one.
See you, mate. Love it. Good stuff, Joel. Okay. Let's get one last look at the teams before we head out. So Cottrell is out injured, ankle. Jordan Boyd is out omitted. Francis Evans is out omitted. In comes Ashton Moya, Cooper Lord, and Will White. Will White, well, all 3 named on the bench. Moya, Lord, Haynes, Williams, and White. We'll see who the sub is. Has the first name been the sub so far this year? I don't remember. I haven't been keeping track. LS, I'd hit my neighbor with a car for a win here, and he's a great bloke. Just don't see it happening. It feels like an Avalanche game. Yeah. I won't be surprised either way. Actually, no, I would be pleasantly surprised if we win tomorrow. I would be. I'd be surprised. I won't be stunned if we lose tomorrow. I think a lot of us are thinking that, but I'm going to go there and hope for the best. That's basically it. That's all I got. Okay. Any last thoughts before we wrap up? It is 6:39 p.m. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of April. It's going to be a late finish tomorrow. Fan cams will start as soon as I get home, 11:15-ish, hopefully 11. And, watch along on Pommy's channel if you're watching from home and you want to watch someone watch the game. Fan cams will go off indeed. Jasmina, it's over. What do you mean it's over? I am mortified with Jordan Boyd being omitted. Okay, well, he could be a late in. I don't think he'll be a late in. We'll see. Frank, you won't be surprised if we win. No point going to the game thinking we're going to get dicked. Like, what will be. Great opportunity to change the course of history. Yeah. Young panics in the back line. Need Boyd in. Oh, yeah, Lewis Young named in the back line. Interesting. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to play out tomorrow. But take your point. It's finished. We're not winning one single game this year. Jazz, fair. Of all 18 teams, the Blues sit 4th on the ladder for time in front during games. We'll increase that time this week. I like how we started Dix out and the Pies went Cox is out. Yep. Fuck the Magpies. Up the fucking Blues. Love your work. I bet Moya will be the sub. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Youthful exuberance, indeed. Jazzy, you're off them. How about one more chance? Just one more. You're incredibly off them. Good to see some young guys getting a go. Yeah, I don't think you can complain about that. We definitely need some freshness in the team, and it's definitely there. Sometimes they do it with one player, but to have 3 young guys coming in, I'd rather be a Welsh than a pie. Rather be a Welsh than a pie. Allergic to pastries, singing in the choirs. I don't think I've done that song justice, Pommy. Rather be Welsh than the pies. Yeah, that's a great point. All of us who are saying that we're off them is just cope that we tell each other because we're all here. Even Joel. Joel might be what you might think Joel's negative. Joel cares. Joel loves this club. And that's why he shows up on the show. Okay. I'd rather start Moya if he's struggling fitness-wise, sub him out for a lift. Although Moya in the 4th quarter for a little something against Collingwood. Yeah. Hope Moya is wearing his dancing shoes. You don't want to know what I'll do if Ashton is the sub. I reckon he's definitely going to be the sub. Joel will be the next president of Carlton. We're all here. Joel secretly thinks... Exactly. We all show up to the stream and we hang out after the teams are announced. Like you could all just go back to your lives right now, but you stick around because you just in case it's the week it does turn around, you don't want to miss it. You say that, but who here hasn't texted their ex at 4 a.m. a kebab down and 12 pints in? Yep. Yep. Definitely. We need something electric in the 4th. I am threatening the club on TV if Moya's the sub. Jazz, you all right? You want to talk about it? You can call in if you like. Yeah. Anyone can call in. Luke Sinden, youthful exuberance. Sorry, mate, I did miss this. We're all suckers, but we're suckers together. Oh, it's not stronger together. It's suckers together. I like it. Well done. Get some player chance going tomorrow. I can already see the 2 kicks from out of 50 to there's to be a goal. Oh, she's actually called in, Jazzy. Hello.
Oh shit.
You have a moment there.
I'm fuming. I'm really upset. I'm actually really upset.
Okay, let's talk through it.
No, because I thought I would be fine. I thought I was gonna, you know what? I had the attitude of, you know what, it is what it is. Yada yada yada. Don't care about it, right? I was like, whatever. I don't care about it anymore. I saw the team, and it made me sick, like genuinely sick.
Why?
I can't do it. Can we do all of this, like, let's try things out, but can we not do, like, let's try things out on Collingwood week? Like, can we pick a different week to try things out? Please.
But
I
it's
just
not
want.
It's not working what they're trying, so they've got to make a bit of an adjustment. You know. What do you mean? Ashton Vin.
I had no feelings like at all. Like this morning, like Hannah literally called me and she said, "Hey, like, what are you feeling? Da, 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 like games tomorrow." I said, "I genuinely am no here, no there." Right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I was like, that's kind of good. Like, it's different because every other week I've been so insanely confident, being like, yeah, we're 100% winning. And how's that gone? Not well. So I was like, oh, this is really good. Now I have that stupid anxiety.
Okay, so you're not actually mad. You're not actually mad at the team. You've just got the anxiety of the game incoming because it's
No, I'm mad
Collingwood
at
and
the
you're
team.
there.
I'm really pissed off about Jordan Boyd being omitted. That makes 0 sense.
Okay, what would you have done?
Not that. Anything but that.
Anything but that. So,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, as in, who would you not have brought in? White, Lord, or Moya?
Oh, I would 100% have brought in Moya. We've been all screaming for him like this whole time.
So, Evans, I think we all watched that and thought, all right, that's not it. So, Will White will play the Evans. So, Cooper Lord, you wouldn't have brought Cooper Lord in.
I probably wouldn't have, no.
Who would you have dropped?
Will
Or would
White.
you have dropped?
I don't know who I would have dropped. I just know that I wouldn't have gotten rid of Jordan. Like, that just makes no sense. We can't kick. We cannot kick. We don't know collectively as a team how to kick the football. So you get rid of the one guy that knows how to do that. No, Pommy, I'm pissed off. You're copying a phone call next, buddy. I'm pissed. And I'm shitty because I don't want to lose to these idiots.
I think that's what's actually going on here more than anything. I think that's actually what's coming out. It's not really, I don't
agree with the team still. I think it's also the pressure of the game, and it's just kind of like, I don't know if I'd be making those changes for this particular game.
Fair. Who would you make as the sub? Because I feel like you'll get angry at that too if it's Ashton.
Oh, it's going to be Ashton, and I'm just going to be sitting in my seat at the MCG filthy. Why are you laughing? It's not funny. I don't think I can do this much longer. They're wearing me thin.
Yeah.
They are wearing me thin.
Yeah, and we're just like playing this whole thing out in front of the world. I believe this is now evidence. This channel, this is nothing just but like gathering of evidence of when we do like a class action against the club. Genuinely scared. Who wants a phone call from a lady in PJ at 7 p.m? That's proper. It's you, not you. It's me.
I just can't.
Oi, nothing changes if nothing changes. So changes had to be made.
Not at what cost? Not at the cost of Jordan Boyd. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill. I will die on this hill.
Hey, no one man is greater than the club. Especially not Jordan Boyd.
Hey, that's not very nice. He's a good player.
Is he? I love Jordan Boyd. And I was a bit shocked to see him omitted, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But we'll be there, hoping for the best. Just what if they do it?
Please, I've had this what if they do it in my head for the last 2 weeks.
All right. How about one more?
I'm not saying anything because I'll get clipped.
Okay. Just one more. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
I'm off them. I'm not going.
Okay. You're not going. Okay.
I'll see you there. 7:30.
Bye, Jazzy.
Bye.
Sharp. Bye. Hey, Jack.
Finally, I'm on your show, mate.
Mate, welcome. How are you?
How you doing? Nice to meet you, mate. I watch the show all the time. I'm usually with the what is it with the Andy and all them. Have a laugh at those blokes over there. They're funny blokes, I'll tell you what.
They are funny blokes.
Anyway, yeah, good to be here, mate. Shout out to Pommy down there, good bruv there, good old Pommy, Scotty. There's a few there. And how you doing, Tez? Good to see you, mate.
Mate, I'm doing good.
mate.
You know, time's flying. We're in round 4. Before we know it, the season will be gone, and we'll be missing the footy. And just trying to stay in the moment and enjoy it, even though it's
Mate,
hard
I
at
love
the moment.
I'll tell you what, mate, I love your positivity. Seriously, I love it. Now, I'm excited this week. I mean, I'm a bit pissed off about Boyd. I mean, there's maybe 3 or 4 other players that could have come out before him, but maybe he needs another run. But then again, the passengers on the outside, they need more than runs, you know. But I'm excited because finally, I've been screaming about this for how many years? And I keep saying to people that our development at this club in the last 10, 15 years has been the worst out of any side. We just don't develop these kids. I mean, I go back to the Levi Casbolt. I used to go watch the twos a lot. And I go back to Levi Casbolt, what they did with him. They dumped him in the twos for so long. I picked that Crab Hampson before him. But the development at this club is an absolute shocker. It is. That's it. So I'm excited because they've brought in 3 young kids. I believe Lord may not have been dropped the week before. But look, tomorrow I don't know. Look, people are saying we're going to get pumped by over 10 goals and something like that. We'll probably keep up with them for maybe 2.5, 3 quarters. They're going to run out of petrol. So we've got to question also high performance here, the fitness, what's happened to fitness. Because we're gassed. We're completely gassed, mate. Yeah, I mean, last week I saw a couple of players just watch their opposition players just run straight past them. So we're gassed. So I don't know what this new guy Rob Innes is doing. But I'm happy for the kids. I'm wrapped. You know, that's pretty exciting for those kids to come in. I wrote in the chat before, as you saw my comment there. They'll probably put Moyer as sub. Knowing Voss or whoever. And for the life of me, I don't know what is going on, mate. This taking the players off with 5-10 minutes to go, like I haven't got hair to tear out, Terry, as you know, as you can see. But Jack Silvani on the bench in the last 5 minutes. I mean, that was a comical show down there. Newman had the headset on. Ebert was standing next to Voss. Ebert's talking to Voss, and then Voss is talking to Newman, and he's relaying messages up on the box. Mate, just send Morse code. What was that? What was that? Seriously. If that's not panic, I don't know what is, mate. But look, I'm happy for the kids because I like to see the kids, you know, watch the VFL, but I like to see the kids. But they don't develop. They don't develop them. They look. They put him in the seniors. Say they bring in a kid like Lord. They put him in the seniors, make him sub, give him 5-10 minutes, and then they drop the next week. How is that developing? You know. So I'm wrapped for the. I'm wrapped. You know, like I said, there's probably another Doc. He's my favourite player, but unfortunately, it's time for him to hang him up and elevate McMahon. That's my opinion. I mean, a lot of people are saying that his time's up. He's probably in the team because of what that night represents, the cancer. That's probably why. It's a sympathy thing. And he's the head of talking in that, as you saw on the social media there. But I think it's time for him to hang him up and elevate McMahon. That's just my opinion anyway. Because the guy's kicking 2, 3, 4 goals in the VFL every week.
So McMahon would play over Brody Kemp?
I'm sure you'll find a spot for him.
Well, you're the one that wants to bring him in, so where do you play him?
Well, you can put Kemp in defence.
And take Chuck 2 out of
defence. What's Haynes doing there? Haynes is just another passenger. So take Haynes out.
Maybe.
Haynes and Evans have been a failure. Let's just we're up to the fourth. It's a failure, complete failure.
What happens if Haynes just starts playing good footy? I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I reckon Haynes was solid, but for 2 absolute nightmare moments last week. The one where he asked for the handball from Walshy and then like kicked it straight to Sam Darcy. And there was one more complete turnover. I think he kicked it out of D50, tried to hit Ollie Hollands, completely missed him. But I reckon apart from that, he was like, okay.
Yeah, I understand. Now, Troy, what I'm saying is Doc to retire, then you can elevate McMahon. Now, I know he's not on the list. He's VFL listed as the captain of the VFL. I understand that. But you can elevate if someone obviously retires or is on long-term injury list, you can elevate
So
them.
you mean like during the mid-season draft?
You can elevate a player if there's someone on long-term injury list. Of course you can.
Pommy? I think Pommy will need to confirm that. I don't know the.
Say someone does a knee injury now and they're out for the season, you can elevate somebody. You can.
Hmm.
And Pommy can tell you, but I'm sure it's happened in the past. But anyway, look, I'm just excited for once and for all. They brought in the kids. Look, it's a big game. It's going to be a packed house. Give them experience. Let them hear the crowd. All this sort of stuff, which they did, I think, a couple of times with Lord in there. But give them a go. Just give them. Just. Who cares? I mean, just give them a go. You know, they've got to start making some sort of hard decisions and statements, and even a name player. Get it? What's McGovern doing? Seriously, what's Williams doing? You know, we delisted Jack Martin, and Jack Martin was on good money, yeah? What's Williams on, 900K?
No.
Isn't he on 900K? You sure about that?
100% sure. 100% sure he's not on 900K.
He's not worth that. He's not worth half that money, mate.
Yeah,
but anyway,
he's definitely not.
Definitely
Kids,
not.
I think the energy and the passion around the failure of those recruits somehow leads people to like make up some things and get a bias. Like, I don't know where Williams on 900K. You're not the only one that says it, by the way. Somewhere, someone out there grabbed it and ran with it, and it's like when he plays bad, I can't believe he's on 800, 900K a year. It's not true. It's just not true.
Do you know what he's on?
I don't know what he's on, but I know for a fact it's not 900K. Do you know that he's on 900K?
800K.
Do you know for a fact what he's on?
No, I don't know, but that's what I see.
Why would you say 900 if you didn't know?
That's what I see all the time. People putting he's on 900K. Okay. So everyone's saying the same thing. Or someone just said 800K there, and then 500K. We're not going to know.
Someone just said 500K. So it just depends on what you want to believe.
But my point in that is he's injury prone. We know that every time. You know, it's like Martin. I mean, I was a big Martin fan, but can't put him on the park.
Yeah.
You know, so there's no point in having. And they had Marchbank for 7-8 years, and he couldn't get a game for so long.
But like they've done it now. It's finally done. Marchbank, Cunningham, Martin, they did the thing and got rid of them. So you can only do a certain amount per year. And I think the main thing is they did the thing and cut them off.
Petra Khan says Zach is on 766,000. Funny. Yeah, I understand, but I gather probably at the end of this year they've got to start getting rid of these injury-prone players. It's no
I reckon
point.
They already have. I reckon they already started doing it last year.
Well, I'm talking about the players who are playing now. Like get rid of McGovern. Get rid of these players. You know.
Yeah. I mean, they keep playing like this. Every chance they will be gone. So let's see.
All right, thanks very much for having me on your show, mate. I'll try to make a fan one night and see everybody later. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. Luke.
That was painful, Ted. Sorry. That was like pulling teeth.
No, it was great. I love it. I fucking love it. I love all the angles that come. It's great.
Oh, mate. Look, I'll be really short and sharp. I've sort of changed my tune. I've been down on the Blues like this season. But when you actually look and listen to the players when they speak, yes, they speak a lot of spin, but behind it, there's also a little bit of tidbits as well. So Doc, I think, made a really good point in his media conference, and when he was pressed about results not going their way, and he talking about our lack of defence. He was sort of alluding to the fact that it's our failed kicks forward, which is turning over very quickly. And our poor defenders, I actually don't think Nick Haynes has been bad this year. I think he's been crucified on a couple of bad moments. But when you got the ball coming in hot because it's been turned over right in the middle of the ground, you're leaving your defenders hung out to dry. So I actually think we're probably that one extra handball to a runner going past, lower the eyes and hit that kick in board, and we'll break games open. We're failing at that last hurdle, and that's what's killing us. It's not players on 700,000 who are probably realistically on 350, 400, because I'm sorry to back over that, but it really bugs me when people talk about how much players are on when Jack Martin was front-ended at $1 million and was probably paid $250 a year for the next 3 years. So like, there's all that skewing of salary. But yeah, I really think we're not that far away from it, Tez. I think if we clean up that ball use going forward that Doc said they've been working on and training in both ways, because defense and offense are directly linked to each other. I think we're not that far away. So it will turn. It will turn.
I hope so, mate.
Have a good one, Tez. Enjoy it tomorrow.
See you, mate. All right. The Carlton passion, it just shines through. Doesn't matter what day of the week. Doesn't matter what live stream. It just shines through. I love it. I love every angle that comes out. There's no right or wrong. There just is. I absolutely love it. So thanks to everyone that tunes in, and thanks to everyone that calls in. Let's see what happens. Big day tomorrow. Absolutely gigantic day tomorrow. Big sleep tonight. Wake up tomorrow. Get a coffee. We'll do a little game day chat midday. We try not to go for 2 hours, and then get to Pommy and Oz for the watch along. Get back here for the fan cams. Come on, like just pull one out of the hat. Like just pull one out of the hat tomorrow, please. Or it'll just be the same shit tomorrow night, which we'll find a way to laugh about it anyway. Guys, have a good one. Much love. Speak soon. Speak tomorrow. Go Blues.